and it's Hawaii. Very common choice, I know. But when I was writing down the notes for what the place would have, the food would be, and the people would be, it all came down to Hawaii. So let me tell you why. First, growing up in Australia, I love the surf and the sand. So my place of choice would need to have sand and beaches and sun. And I also wanted jungle as well. So in Hawaii, you look to the left, there's the sand. You look to the right, there's the jungle. So that's a perfect choice. In terms of food, I love my seafood. Anything, lobster, fish, everything I love. So Hawaii, being close to Japan, is really good with Japanese food, sashimi, sushi. So that is me totally set. And finally, in terms of people that are there, in Australia, it's safe to say everyone is very laid back. And that's the type of person I am. When I have a job, I like to do it 9 to 5 and then get out. I'm not a hard worker, I'm the first to admit it. And in Hawaii, people are like that too. It's just a different mindset. People drive slower, they talk slower, they walk slower, and that's exactly how I want to live. So my dream is to go back there and live there forever.
All right, we only had 2 verbal distractions. Those were both
Okay.
Colin, what was the time?
Minute and 30.
Cool.
So Zuiena, I would say your volume could have been projected a little bit louder.
Okay.
Because she had certain times, I had a little bit of trouble kind of hearing what you were saying. So try to project a little bit louder. But one thing was your body movement was stellar. It was like a paragon of the invisible triangle.
You almost hit the corner of each visible triangle.
Then you notice what Zuiena did. She pretty much divided between the foods.
Yeah.
She made sure she ended right at the middle. But then when she reached one of the corners, she stopped there to talk for a little bit. Then when she had a new point, she went over to the new point. So that's kind of what we're going for with the invisible triangle. So body movement was stellar.
I would have only one comment to make, is when you were going back to the final one, you did turn your back a little bit. That caused a volume change.
I'm already like nervous as is. I don't want to like
But you know, fix that, and that would be like.
Yes, because that also made your head go back. So I was going to say that about eye contact. You did look at the wall, but if you do what landmax does and just walk backwards, you know that looks more natural. I would say another thing that I saw was hand gestures. You really like to keep your hands by your waist like this and vary them like this. Try to vary them a little bit more to utilize all of them.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind that you do this a lot.
Another thing you are a perfect example of, though, were facial expressions. I mentioned this before. Your smile is awesome. And you also use your eyebrows a lot, which is really good. The raising of the eyebrows, and it's awesome.
It went great with your tone variation. Yeah.
Gabriel?
You do a good job not using and but you do say so instead.
Yeah, I
and
got that last
so often that it becomes a verbal distraction,
Okay.
so try to do a pause instead.
And one thing is, how was Zuiena's eye contact?
So solid.
Oh, yeah.
Solid.
Interesting, because a lot of times when a lot of people are walking like that, they only, they forget to look at the other side. But you did a good job scanning the front, back, right, and left. So that was very, very good.
So just make sure to focus on your volume projection and your hand gestures.
Hand gestures.
And so,
The best way to handle the volume, if you will picture your voice hitting the wall, it will. No matter where you are, no matter who you're speaking to, no matter how large the venue is, if you will picture your voice hitting that wall, it will hit it. Unfortunately, a lot of times it's a gender-specific problem because women's vocal cords are not as long as men's. And there are not as many filaments. So this is a struggle that you will have. But the best way to handle it is always think wall, voice. And that takes care of it.
Good.